On this week's episode, an amazing home on wheels.
Sure. We met up on a beach at a women's meetup for van life from Lulu's Way, and we were parked next to each other and just started chatting one morning. I offered her coffee, and we spent the rest of the day and the next day chatting.
Yeah, you can win me over with coffee every
Well,
moment.
primarily, I wanted an easy way to be able to get up and go and travel. Within a few hours, sometimes, across state lines. But I wanted something quick and easy where everything was self-contained, where I could drive it myself and I didn't have to pull a trailer. And so I wanted it to be just the main thing is just really easy because I'm very busy with work. And so it's hard to take time off work. And so I could just basically, put a couple things in the refrigerator and grab the keys to the van and take off.
What have you done so far?
I've traveled mostly west. So I've gone to Sedona and all the states west, and then some visiting family up in the Midwest. I've driven it up there as well. But beyond that, the longer trips, I've taken a lot of more local trips to state parks in Texas.
I'm working on her coming to Canada next.
Yes, yes.
And
I'm very
yeah.
much thinking about that.
And why this one? Why? And tell us a little bit about her, but why this particular
Sure.
vehicle?
So this is a Winnebago Solus PX, and I had been watching during COVID. I started watching a lot of van videos and becoming interested in being able to travel because I see this just as another home. I am a realtor, of course, and so I just see this is just my home on wheels, like you had mentioned earlier. And I had just started exploring different options of vans. I originally thought maybe I'll, go ahead and build something out, but then I realized quickly that I didn't have the skill set to be able to do that effectively or in a timely manner. And I started looking at a few different ones. And the thing I liked most about this one is the size. It's a 21 foot, so I knew I could park it in a regular parking spot. And it also has multiple sleeping spots, although you can't really see right at the moment then, but there is a pop top on this one. So I thought it'd be a nice way to have two separate sleeping areas so I could travel with friends and family and still be comfortable.
Now you're sitting in what I don't see that
Mm-hmm.
often, which is two extra seats
Yes.
behind. So there's this is the
Mm-hmm.
driver's seat, and I am sitting in the passenger seat.
Right.
Why did you decide to keep those two seats in addition to sleeping arrangements?
That's a good point. I didn't think about that a moment ago.
Mm.
So I could travel with more people. So this, I live fairly close to a beach within a few hour drive. And so I could take friends with me. And so there's four seat belts in this. So, I could take extra passengers. And also I do travel with a little Frenchie. And so this is a good spot to put her back here as well.
We're going to see her shortly. I'm just going to pan a little bit because I do want to focus on the fact that you have everybody in van life
Mm-hmm.
talks about the bed, right? The
Yes,
bed is the most important thing. And then also the second thing is about bathrooms.
correct.
But I'm going to show you this secret bed. Well, I'm not going to, but we're going to show you the secret bed in a little bit. But I just wanted to ask you how you have felt. You made this commitment.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's a Winnebago on what kind
Solus.
of Solus, but on what kind of is it
That's a Dodge
it's
Ram
a Ram
chassis. Yes.
ProMaster chassis.
Mm-hmm.
That's a big investment.
Yes.
How have you felt about your investment?
I've enjoyed it. I have had zero regrets. It's perfect for me. It's very comfortable to drive. Um, it has a bathroom and some of the other things you'll see. So it's everything I would need versus staying in a hotel when I'm traveling.
Okay, so we're going to see it. I'm
Okay.
going to set back up, and then I'm going to show you the two little furry monsters that we travel with who have become friends and sometimes have disagreements over the toys. And they're sitting in the front seats. I'm not entirely sure that we need to see much, do you think, about the front?
I don't think so. The only thing
Yeah,
I think
you
about the
haven't done.
front, the nice thing about both of these seats is
Yeah,
they
you've
do turn
got.
around completely,
Oh, so
which is,
these are both on swivels.
yes, they're both on swivels.
There's one of the dogs. Actually, I can show curled up beside me. There's our little Frenchie, and you have all of the window covers up
Yes.
here that you have, and you have your navigation system. So, okay, so we're gonna look at the back, and then we'll show you the outside. So this is our current view from the passenger seats. And now we're going to show you everything that this has to offer. And I'm looking here, first of all, and is that this is your fridge?
This is yes, that's right. It's a refrigerator, and it's really quite spacious and has a small freezer at the top.
You need more than water bottles here.
I know, but you exactly.
But then you also have above your fridge, you have all the controls
Yes.
for various things.
That's
and
correct.
plugins.
Yep, that's right. You have just the on and on switch for the entire van, lighting system, and then just some different plugs here.
Okay.
And light switches.
Okay,
one for the inside and one for the outside.
I'll ask you about power when we get to that part, but right now I'm distracted by all of the sparkly things, like the amazing faucet. Is this?
This is a stove here.
Okay.
Oh. Well, when I left home, I went to visit my dad, and I actually decided to sleep in the van when I was visiting my dad because it's just super comfortable to sleep in. And he left me a little note. I forgot this was here before he left. So that's still there. He stuck it on the van. He thought he was worried that I was going to leave without saying bye.
And that's propane?
That's correct.
Okay. And then where is your propane tank?
It's somewhere like kind of right back in here. And there's a feature on the outside that you actually have to have it professionally filled. So it's not a removable propane tank.
Okay. And underneath here is more storage?
Yes, here's a little dirty, but here's
smart.
a little extra cutting board that pulls out just to extend this area here to have a little extra space to cook in the kitchen. Although honestly, if I can, I usually just cook outside. I have a separate propane stove that I usually just cook outside instead. And this is the sink here.
And was all of this here? Because you've got this cute backsplash. Did you?
I added the backsplash. All the interior was built out when I purchased it, and I added some final touches. This is just some peel and stick tile.
Yep. And then up top, more storage.
More storage. The wonderful thing about this fan, it has a tremendous amount of storage. We have storage here, down here, all up here, really on each side. Cabinets here, just all over the place. Excellent storage.
And before we get to the storage that is further back, this is the magic door.
Yes. So it has a little clip at the top that secures it when you're driving.
Right.
And it is a bathroom.
Full bathroom.
It has a cassette toilet where you just remove the tank from, of course, the outside. And then it does have a full shower. And this is equipped with a system for hot water as well.
Hot showers.
Hot showers, yes.
Now I'm just looking here before we move further back. So this is sort of your central command in here.
That's
right?
correct.
Like it gives you all the information you need about, I'm assuming, gray tanks, black tanks, and water.
Yeah, exactly. This right here allows you to control the heat for the van, which runs off the propane, and also the water heater heats that. And then over here, it shows you the levels of the gray tank and the water levels. And this is solar. It has a 200 amp solar, so this controls the solar and lets you know how much solar you're drawing in.
And your solar is built in on top.
Built in, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right.
And you've got more storage here.
More storage here. That's right.
Wow, look how big that is. And up there is going to be the pop-up, but we're going to do the best for last.
That's right.
Yeah, so after the bathroom, I like how you have an actual mirror.
Yes, that came with it. So
I usually, I'm trying to look in the mirror in my rear view mirror or the side doors because I don't actually have a mirror in my little tiny vehicle, which I'll show you is parked outside of her house. Now, we've seen the slats, and anybody who is in van life knows what that means. But before we get there, your power. How do you have there?
So this is just an extra battery that really is just I use it. I just actually got it, but I thought it would be good just in case I'm boondocking and I need a little extra power. With this van, when I'm boondocking, the regular plugs will not work. So this would be good for like maybe a blender, or if I wanted to use an air fryer, something along those lines.
Didn't you tell me you were making margaritas on the beach once?
Yeah, I told her a story that one of the reasons I bought this, I went to the beach and wanted to make some margaritas, and I realized that, when I plug a blender in, these plugs don't actually work when you're boondocking, and so that was a disappointment to all of us. So we just had to regroup and have it over rocks instead of blended.
Well, yeah, not that that's a bad thing. Before we show how easy it is for the bed, what is under the floor? Is that more
just more storage? Yep, just more storage right here. Like I said, this has tremendous amount of storage.
Wow.
There's even storage kind of back here. There's a little thing back here that controls the water where you fill up the water. That
Right.
just everywhere there's storage.
And in here, you've got the little nets
That's
for
right.
more storage.
And it goes back pretty far, so I just have little containers with
And
various items.
what is in here?
Uh,
That-
this is just part of the bed system. So
Okay.
this, when this comes down, it lines up.
okay, so and you have more. Basically, that's your garage. space
Right. There's
back
2
there.
feet back here, and it's designed if somebody wanted to travel maybe with a bicycle or something like that. There's plenty of room to put that back here.
And you have.
I just
storage
have
here,
storage hanging up, like
storage
bedding
here,
and
storage here. Okay.
bags and things
So
like that.
I'm gonna back up because I know that you've got a table for daytime,
Yes.
right? And that can come down. But I'm gonna back up
Mhm.
because one of the things that people talk about in van life is you either want to set up your bed every day or you don't.
Right.
And you sort of have the best of both worlds. So I'm
Yes.
gonna back up so you can show how easy it is for you. And I've been making you do this for the last few days as I've stayed at your house and you've been sleeping in your van.
I
which
call
is-
this the annex. So when I have
Right.
guests, I usually let them take the bedroom in the house and I'll sleep out in the van. I just look for any reason to sleep out here.
I've done all my laundry and slept in a king size bed, so I'm really happy. But just show us how easy it is.
Sure. So this is a Murphy bed, and there's just a little latch here that you just slide, and then this pulls down or folds down, and then the bed folds down. Now, originally, what you see here without this white extra mattress was the bed, and it was fairly comfortable, but I wanted a little extra cushion, so I bought this mattress to go on top.
And is that a full or a
It's a
queen?
full.
Oh wow.
It's a full size.
How comfortable is it?
It's extremely comfortable. With this especially, it feels as comfortable as my home bed.
And you're side to side, right? So
You go this way.
yeah.
Now, some folks with this van, I've seen if it's a couple maybe traveling together, they'll add an addition in the back. You know, someone clever and one of the Facebook sites came up where you they have a certain table that certain dimensions, and then you can buy some of these extra cushions on Amazon, and then they'll just do a king size, and then you could sleep long ways like this.
How tall are you?
I'm 5'2", so it's
Yes.
not an issue.
It's another question. What
Yeah,
is-
no issues.
Yeah. What is your favorite part of this vehicle? I mean, I love the bathroom, but the bed also for me is a big selling point. What is your favorite part?
The favorite part of it, probably the bed, I think. Really just all of it. The drivability, the size. It's kind of hard to, it's kind of just it's all of it together that I enjoy the most because it's just so easy just to go somewhere. Take a day trip, a weekend trip, a week-long trip. It's just wonderful.
Okay, so we're
Highly
gonna go-
recommend this vehicle.
We're going to go outside because we're now going to demonstrate.
Sure. So this actually comes in 2 parts, so it's very easy to take apart and travel with. But it just has these hooks right up here, and they match up with 2 hooks right here, which may be a little bit difficult to see. But they just hook right here, and then this is a ladder to the pop top. So,
And how hard is that to put up and release? I mean, we've seen obviously big ones in van life where the whole roof goes up, but that seems relatively small and manageable. How
it's
is it?
very manageable. There's on each side, it has 2 lock systems, the main one and then like a backup just in case the main one fails. And so it's just really a matter of releasing these 2. And I'm going to step on the ladder. It has a hydraulic system, and so it takes just a little bit to get it pushed up. So I'm just going to stand here. But once you get it started, it just goes up by itself.
Oh, let me just move to show. That was easy.
Yes. Size mattress, pretty comfortable. I usually will put an additional cushion on there as well, but it has a light system up here and plugs, and there's 3 different windows that you can open and shut that are vented, so you really feel like you're kind of up on a tent.
I love it. I love it. Well, come out and show us the
Modifications, like I added a little heated seat to it, and some cushions. But overall, it's very easy to drive once you get used to it. It took a little bit to get used to, but once I did, I feel absolutely comfortable driving it.
The lights that you have there over all along here that you
Right.
have over the window, did you add those?
Those
Okay.
came with it, and I think they're just more decorative. They just turn like an orange color and look kind of cool at
They're
night.
just badass.
Yeah, I don't know that they have any
They're just
purpose.
badass. So you mentioned, I'm just going to walk around
Okay.
here, but you mentioned that there's solar up top. But when you put up the pop top, does the solar move with the pop top?
That's right. The solar sits directly on top of the pop top.
Okay, so you're also aware of which way you park in terms of like you want to hit the sun if you have a guest up there.
That's right.
So your solar is right up there. I'm assuming this is an air conditioning.
That's
unit?
right. The other nice thing about this particular van is that it has an air conditioning system, and it also has a generator that's mounted underneath the van that if you're off power grid and you want to use the air conditioner, you can just start the generator and use that. It also will help if your batteries run low, it'll also help recharge the battery on the van.
So I like that you have the full spare, but also you put it on a swing.
That's right.
So you can open these doors.
That's right. I wanted it a spare just because I thought, trying to find a tire if one of these blows out or gets a flat that can't be fixed, it would be good to have this. But I also saw online, as always, a system called Rigged, and I thought it was pretty cool. So that's why I brought this arm. And this folds down, and it provides you a surface to cook, and then this slides out and adds additional space.
That's amazing. I mean, as you know, I have the swing hitch
Yes.
too, so that I can put up a tent on the back if it was raining for days on end, and use there's my little vehicle way out there, and I can use that box as basically a table. So can you just show me how?
Yeah,
you
absolutely.
Open these doors and what it would look like?
Let me just unlock it real quick. One moment. Okay, so both doors open, and there's a few things back here storage-wise. And the nice thing, and this door will do the same as this, folds all the way around like this.
And you put this little gate in here so things don't fly around?
This, I put it in between right where the step goes down, where the bathroom is, when I'm driving, just so that if I store things right here, do not go flying up. I had that happen, and it kind of messed up my refrigerator a little bit and had to fix that.
But you've got the screens too for bugs.
Yes, screens on both doors.
So you can lie in bed. The bugs won't. Here comes the star of the show. She's like, this is my place. So you can lie in bed, and then these are zipper.
That's right.
You can lie in bed and close all that. You've got your outdoor rug. You taught me all about how to nail those suckers down in high winds. And then your bedding, your leveling blocks.
That's right. And another interesting thing about back here, I'm just going to move this for a moment, is there is a second way to take a shower right here. Let me just move a few things around so we can get a better view of that.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, so right here is this also has hot and cold water both, and also where you fill up the van when the water runs low. So you can actually hook a hose system right here and take a shower. And it comes with these shower bars. One's on the other side. So you just put your shower curtain here and you can take a shower right off back. So you're not in a teeny tiny space inside. And right where you walk into the sliding door, there's an additional one there that you could do the same thing.
And when you put your bed back to normal in the morning, is that as quick and easy as it was for
It is. Yeah, it's very simple to do.
Yeah.
I just remove the pillows and put it up, and then I'll put the pillows on this side wall right here.
Do you remember when we were kids and it was flip flop, fold the top for the sandwich bags?
Yes, yes.
I feel like this bed is flip flop, fold the top. And did you put that's not a rear camera? Did you put
it does have a rear camera that came with it.
Oh, it did. Okay, and then you can see it way up there on your
that's right.
You've got these too, which are really cool. So you can
that helps if you're going to do a bike or tie downs for a bike or whatever you bring with you.
Well, you have one, so that's the next step. But I love the fact that you can sleep with your head in the window
Mhm.
space, but then you can also put these down and be looking at beaches.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is
Just
how
back
we
in.
met.
Just back in.
Did the window covers come, or
The
did you
window
order
covers
those?
came with it, and they just zip.
Oh, so
So it's an easy
you're
blackout.
never fighting with them the way that I fight with mine.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah. Perfect. So you're loving it.
Yes, absolutely.
You're loving it.
I love it.
Anything that you would change?
No, there's really nothing I would change. I like everything about it. You know, if I were to build out my own van, I would do something similar to this.
How does Honey like it? How are you liking it, Honey?
She loves it. She's a very good traveler, very patient and laid back most of the time.
And I know from having traveled with you briefly on that beach that you also bring her crate, and then she can just watch the views go by, and you put something over the top so that she doesn't get sun in her
That's
face
right.
and stuff. So
that's right.
Yeah, she's having. And sorry, water. This is water.
This is just extra water, fresh water. I usually don't really care to drink the water out of the faucet. Even if I sanitize my tanks, I would rather prefer, fresh water that I can trust a little bit more.
Was that expensive, the Dometic, or did you get it with the van?
No, I bought it separately. It wasn't too expensive. I can't remember the exact price. And then there's a system on top that has a little water faucet. You just tap on it, and then water can come out of it if you don't want to pour it out.
You know, this is my dream. This is the dream vehicle.
2 straps. You just pull down. It comes really easily. And then, I want to make sure all the tent is inside. So I always just double check that. Pull it all in. And just pull down. And then just resecure it.
And you've never had a leak, a water leak?
I have not. No. I had an issue with the pop top. I think it was a design flaw, but Winnebago took care of it and replaced it. But I didn't have any leaks. There was just some cracking on the fiberglass. But even though it was out of warranty, they went ahead and took care of it for me.
I like the little Winnebago
the W
right there, and then you've also got your smoke detector, or both carbon monoxide?
Both. There's a carbon monoxide detector on the lower side, and then 2 smoke detectors.
Perfect. Well, thank you again.
Thank you.